Hi everybody, welcome to this week's weekly roundup. Back after a week or so hiatus, so I have a good list for you. So first things first, the City of Watertown, through a lot of collaboration with our community partners, has been given a Healthy Community designation of Gold, which, bravo. I mean, that's a lot of work on behalf of many players in our community in order to make sure that our city is allowing opportunity and fostering opportunity for us to live healthy lifestyles. Before, under our last mission, we were a silver, so we're really excited that we have this gold designation, and many thanks go out to our health department, Get Healthy Watertown, the Health Foundation, the hospital, and so many others that have made this effort possible. Dodge County residents, there is a survey for you to take. Dodge County has requested that we advertise for people to take this survey. It's about natural resources and conservation. So there's a link for it on our Facebook page. You can also find it right on Dodge County's website. Well, the Finance Committee, after many meetings, passed the city's budget, and it will now go to the full City Council for discussion. So the next stop is November 16th. That's a public hearing, so there's still opportunity for you to provide input. So if you're interested in commenting on the city budget or just learning more about what's in the city budget, the November 16th Common Council meeting, which is 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, is the place you should be. I am excited to finally share that the Plaza demolition will begin. It should begin, I think, next week or the first week of November. And this will allow us to finally have that Riverwalk reopened. If you kind of rewind the clock, in 2019, just kind of by happenstance, we noticed that the bins that structurally support part of that Riverwalk were draining into the Rock River. So this type of infrastructure repair is very expensive. We did not have budget to support repairing it. And then more was starting to deteriorate. So after really what is almost at this point, probably nearly a year and a half, if not 2 years, we have the design, we have a contractor, we have the funding. And this waiting period really did allow us to evaluate the best kind of reconstruction effort for that area. And that's also the most cost effective for us. So the plaza will come down, the bins will be repaired and replaced, and then what you're going to see there is a natural bank. So what that looks like is large riprap, large rock that will create a natural bank. We as a city are much more equipped to maintain natural banks than we are seawalls. So this is the right mix for us. It will allow us with this design, which has been an awesome achievement, to still have the Riverwalk run through what is now the plaza to Main Street. So that work will begin the first week of November and should conclude about mid-December. The town square update for this week is the RDA will be considering construction management contract awards. So what this means is that we, if approved, we will now have a construction management contractor on board, and they will take those construction documents and get them out for bid, which I can't even say without smiling. I was a city council member when this project began, so it's very exciting to take another step closer. People have been asking recently about the boards that are painted along the town square fence. Those are free. If you want to participate, give a call here to City Hall, and Alex Alon, the Redevelopment Authority Executive Director, will get you hooked up with a couple of blank boards to paint. I wanted just to provide an update on some of the bigger picture projects we've been working on. So in October, we launched an official business retention and expansion program. We've been able to complete some business visits this month. Those are continuing to substantiate the work that we're doing around childcare in the community and workforce. We certainly don't think we're going to be able to solve this, nationwide workforce issue, but we do think that we can do things to kind of chip away at it locally. So I'd like to point you to our business page on the city website. Check out the video. We're going to be featuring different businesses each month to create exposure just to the incredible business community that we have here. I was born and raised here, and there's businesses here that I didn't know existed. And if I knew they existed, I didn't exactly know what they created or manufactured or what they did. And then on top of that, I certainly didn't know about the unique attributes inside of those businesses that these businesses are providing to their employees. So please check those out. You probably saw this week, demolition is beginning or has begun at this point on the old Ponderosa, or also known as the Spot. That demolition and reconstruction is a positive for the city in the way of it adds value, and that value allows us to spread around the tax base, around more value. So that's helpful for our taxpayers. I know that there's a lot of question about what is going into each individual storefront in that development. And I just wanted to provide in general, if a developer comes to the city and they meet our zoning requirements and they meet our permitting requirements, there's a lot of state law that prohibits us from saying yes or no. If they meet the requirements that are set forth in our city code and in state law, there's very little that can be done about what goes in. That wasn't the case with this particular development. It's wonderful to see that site redeveloped, but I think it's important for people to generally know if something, that wasn't desirable met the requirements because of some adjustments in state law in like maybe 2017-ish, there's very little that municipalities can do to prevent an undesirable development. Again, I'm not saying that's the case here, but it just did allow the opportunity to explain that a little bit more. Either way, I'm excited to see that building get some new life breathed into it, and to have a nice looking building back that's full of business on one of the major thoroughfares in the city. On the recreation front, there is a lot happening, so I'm going to try to be quick about this. The bathrooms at the parks are closed this week, so just a heads up, if you're using those on your walks, those are going to be closed up for the season. We're doing a mayor meetup next Monday at the Senior Center. I think it's at 10 a.m. on Monday, so come into the Senior and Community Center and we can chat and I'll answer your questions. We are offering our next session of dance and ballet, Little Dunkers, which is basketball, and the Esports League. We're also offering the babysitter training course, which I know is quite popular. That's being offered again this month. And then we are bringing back senior fitness classes. Those are going to be in November as well. And men's basketball is still open for registration. If you were registered for the daddy, daughter, mother, son, you should have gotten an email from us saying it's been rescheduled and let us know if you want to come. Because of the rescheduling, there are a few openings. So go to Rec Desk if you're interested in doing the mommy, son, and daddy, daughter events that we were offering. On the roads front, things are really starting to kind of button up for the year. The only thing that we still have outstanding is the striping. So our road markings will go back on. I think they were supposed to do that this week, but it's been a little bit rainy. So probably yet this week and next, we will have the striping done on those roads that were resurfaced. We had a lot of curb and gutter and sidewalk work happening over in the 3rd Street, Hart Street, Williams, Dakota Street area. I believe all we will have outstanding is 3rd Street, and that pavement should be done in November 15th, the week of November 15th. And then the topsoiling and seeding and mulching for that street in particular will obviously happen after winter. On a COVID update, I just wanted to provide some positive news, which we don't get to do all the time about COVID. Our active cases have been going down. We saw quite an uptick for a while there. So it's nice to see we're going in the right direction. Our school data is looking better than it has for quite some time. And we do have information on both our Facebook page and the website about additional doses and boosters. So if you're interested in that information, you can find it on the Facebook page or on the city website. On our jobs front, you may have seen we have some pretty large openings in our leadership team. We have an opening for a finance director and a clerk. That was previously one position that we've separated into two. Our city attorney, which has also been one position, that will be one position. And then if approved in the budget, we should have an assistant city attorney as well. We have an executive assistant, firefighter, paramedics, and then some staff at the library. So you guys, there is a ton of stuff happening this weekend. It almost took up like 1/8 of the page if I tried to share it all. So I'm going to mention a few things, but I'm going to say first, Watertown Tourism has all of the details. So if you're looking for more information on any of these events, go to the Watertown Tourism page. Today, Friday, there will be an undertaking in Victoria era customs class that's free. Pumpkin Palooza is obviously on Saturday. That is a lot of activity in the downtown. There is spooky story time at the library on Saturday, horse-drawn wagon rides at Pumpkin Palooza, a costume parade, the pumpkin lighting, citywide trick-or-treat is from 4 to 7 on Saturday, and trick-or-treat downtown and kind of the open house is from 1 to 3. Also, the fire department is doing trick-or-treat and allowing people to kind of take a look at some of the apparatus, and that's from 1 to 3 as well. The police department does have some really good reminders about safety as it's getting darker earlier. So I'd encourage you to check out the police department page for some updates. Also on Saturday, the Moose Lodge is doing the trunk or treat. That's from 6 to 8. And then we always love this event. I'm glad they're doing it for a few days this year. The Enchanted Storybook Trail, which is the trails out at Brancourt Park from 6 to 9 every day this weekend, I'm sure weather permitting, we'll have an Enchanted Storybook walk. So that's that candlelit walk. So much exciting stuff happening this weekend. There is no shortage of events to attend. So have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you back next week.